Samsung Electronics Company Limited has opened the next chapter in foldable innovation with the launch of its Galaxy Z series. As proud pioneers of the foldable smartphone category, the company has vowed to continue building on the legacy of innovation by shaping the future of mobile phone industry globally. In addition to its foldable phones, Samsung continues to offer Nigerian consumers other affordable smartphones and devices, which has helped to grow the data penetration and financial inclusion nationwide. Now here to discuss all this and how it has managed to remain ahead of the competition in the cutthroat smartphone market is Stephen Okwara, the Key Account and Product Manager of Samsung Electronics West Africa. Welcome to the show, Mr. Okwara. Good morning.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Well, Stephen Okwara, good morning. And congratulations on the new set of foldable phones that your company has been able to roll out. Well, could you tell us about these new offerings from Samsung? But I have a personal concern. I use a Samsung phone. But my concern is that this your foldable phone series, I checked out the prices. How affordable are these phones, considering that they're between the range of 600,000 to 720,000. If I go to my mother's village, that will fetch me a very nice plot of land. In fact, like 2 plots. So why should I buy your phone when I can get 2 plots of land with that, either for myself or for my grandchildren?
Oh, well, thank you very much for that question. When you come across the device in question, what you see at a glance, it's a premium build. And not just the fact that it's super premium. It's actually made up of one of the best, or if not the best, materials you can actually get on mobile phone devices at the moment. Okay, it is a combination. It's made up of the combination of both Armor aluminum and a Gorilla Glass Victus. These materials have actually been proven to be 50 times stronger than the ones that are currently in existence. Now, you talked about the pricing and all. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you the reason. I'm going to mention the reason why investing in that kind of, actually putting that money for this particular product is actually worth it. Now, this device actually, when it's unfolded, I have one here with me. When it's unfolded, you're looking at a 7.8 screen size. When it's actually folded, you're looking at a 7.6-inch screen size. And when it's unfolded, when it's actually closed, you are looking at a 6.2-inch screen size. All right, and the technology, they call it the panel structure optimization technology adopted by Samsung. You're not just looking at a very premium device, but you're equally looking at something that is pretty durable. Okay, another function that I would love to mention here is the UDC. The UDC is an under-display camera. This is first of its kind in the smartphone industry. The mobile phone you have currently, when you are consuming content, let's say you're surfing the internet or you are seeing a movie, there's usually a distortion that the camera cut out when you're consuming them on a larger screen. But on this device, actually, you don't get to witness anything like that. And that's because the devices, the camera module is actually situated underneath the display. So when you're consuming content, it becomes truly immersive. Okay. Then another awesome feature that is worth mentioning is the S Pen. I mean, the beauty of the S Pen can never be overemphasized, and that's because it has actually survived the test of time, and people have actually grown into loving this feature. It turns you from being a content consumer to a content creator. Okay, so if you're an artist, you can use it as your sketch pad. If you're a content creator, you can actually use that to put down your thoughts on the go. So it actually helps you work more efficiently while on the go. Of course, you'd agree with me that we are currently in a very fast-paced environment where people actually want to get things done in a faster and a more convenient way. These devices will ensure that you actually meet that digital demand on a day-to-day basis. Then, this is actually very, very interesting. It comes with the IPX8 certification, which simply means that they are both dust and water resistant. Okay. However, for the fact that they are both dust and water resistant does not mean that one should go scuba diving with any of them. But it gives you that extra layer of protection, so you've got nothing to worry about. Now imagine you have a device, a mobile phone with you, when it is folded, because you have a 6.2-inch screen size, which is really large, and even if you have big thumb, you can easily navigate. It actually supports one-handed usage. When you unfold, you are looking at a 7.6-inch screen size tablet. And then you have the beauty of the S Pen right with you. Okay, then coupled with the fact that the device is dust and water resistant, all of these put together actually enhances your productivity and helps you work more efficiently on the go.
Well, we're definitely going to talk about what Samsung is doing with regards to data penetration and financial inclusion. That's very important. But I still want to stick on to this new product for now. Okay. Can you explain what does "is good enough" mean, your tagline? What does that mean?
All right, thank you. I'll just take us back a bit to 2019 when the first foldable device was introduced. People consumers actually welcomed the concept with so much excitement. They had, prior to then, they had never seen anything like that. And when they saw it, they felt, oh, this is really good. But then Samsung asked the question, are you sure this is good enough? And then, boom, we introduced the Z Fold 2. And everybody was like, wow, this is what we've been looking at for. And of course, Samsung actually enhanced the already existing feature on the one, made the screen, the outer display larger, thereby giving people more comfortable handling and all of that. And then consumers felt they had it all from Samsung. And then the Z Fold 3, and of course the Z Flip 3, with all these awesome features that I've actually talked about. All right. So when it comes to Samsung, being technology leaders or being operating at the highest level of technological innovations, you can never have it. The good can never be good enough. I think, let me put it that way. The good can never be good enough because you always have something better. Samsung will always have something better to put out there. Thank you.
So, what changed this time? And I asked that question deliberately. At the emergence of phones, smartphones, 1990s, 2000s, 2006, 2007, we had foldable phones. But the problem was always the flex, and that's why people stayed away from them.
Yeah.
We also had the flip phones, and it was all about the problem of flex. What changed? And, when is this going to be out in the market? What are the possibilities in the market, and what's your market share like?
Thank you so much for that question. I mean, it's something that I really, really love to address. I mentioned something when I was talking about some of the features that the foldables, the new Fold 3 and the Z Flip 3 actually comes with. There's a technology they call, Samsung actually termed the panel structure optimization technology. Okay, so what this technology, and the thin film layer, what this does basically is it enhances the durability of the hinges, all right? And of course, it toughens the screen, the display in question. So when compared to the previous one, this has actually been proven, tested in the lab, to be 80% more durable than the predecessors and the previous ones. So in terms of durability, you've got absolutely nothing to worry about because they've got you covered. Samsung have actually gotten it right this time.
And the market share, the market cap, the market share in Nigeria. Let's talk about the market share.
When you say the market share...
The market share of Samsung, the penetration into the market, what has been the market like for you, Samsung? What has been the reception like of the brand?
Samsung is more or less a household name. It's been generally accepted in Nigeria ever since the introduction, ever since inception. And it's growing by the day. I don't really want to start mentioning numbers or calling out numbers, but we currently operate value-wise at the topmost, actually. And as we churn out new products, it gets better. There's hardly anyone you see. I mean, by the time you count 1 to 3 or even 1 to 10, 6 to 7 will probably be using a Samsung mobile phone. So that goes to show the acceptability, the acceptance of this particular brand here in Nigeria. And it just doesn't cover mobile phones alone, equally the consumer electronics and so on and so forth. So yes.
Okay, very quickly. Okay, you've been trying to convince me that it's better to buy a Samsung phone rather than a plot of land. But one major concern with Samsung phones is the concern about the cost of replacement of the screen.
Oh.
How expensive it is. So I buy a phone of 700,000 and then I trip and it drops. So instead of just fainting out of despair, then, you know, so what measures have you put in place to assure me that if that phone drops and it wouldn't be a plot of land disappearing, that persons like me will be able to get the screen replaced at a cheaper cost?
Thank you very much for that question. Samsung actually feels the pain of consumers when they complain about the cost of replacing a broken screen or a damaged screen. But being a company that is so particular about the quality of product they put out there, they put into consumers' hands, they compromise. Quality compromise is a no-no. So, but we, Samsung, have actually devised other means to make it more affordable and, of course, make it more comfortable for consumers. We introduced a service called the Samsung Care Plus. On this device, on the foldables, the new foldables, for instance, when in an instance of an accidental damage or accidental damage to the screen, within a period of 12 months, Samsung takes off more than 70% of the cost of the screen. So you're looking at paying just 45,000 naira instead of paying something well above maybe 100 or 200,000. So with that, they've actually been able to take care of that burden. They've actually taken part of that burden off the shoulders of the consumers. So that is just what Samsung is actually doing at the moment to actually caution that. And of course, I'd like to mention this. It is not as if the cost of the screen is really high or Samsung is inflating the prices, but the cost of production of these screens are really high. Okay, if you're not into production, you probably will not have an idea. More than half the cost of production goes to the screen. So when you put out all of this, Samsung will, okay, this is exactly what you're facing, and this is what we can actually assist you with. And that is what Samsung is currently doing. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Stephen Okwara, for joining us. My other concern is now you are going to put daddies, husbands, mothers under pressure because the children will come, oh, daddy, change my phone. Yeah. And they will say, I want Samsung Z Fold. And you have to worry about you know, how to go about that. But thank you very much.
Thank you.
We wish you and your company all the best.
Thank you.